Hey, how's everyone doing today? I'm Steve, and this is the Burke Family 54 Comics channel. Hope everyone is having an awesome Thursday. Welcome to another episode of our Powered Up Comic Book Reviews Thursday Night Chat. We're excited to talk some comic books and review them. Before we do that, let's go ahead and hit that intro. All right, I'm excited to be joined by my fellow friends, co-hosts that always join me. First up, we got Ryan, also known as Nuexguy. What's up, man?
Hey, what's up, man? It's been a crazy week. I'm excited to be here and talk about some comics. So let's do that.
Boom, there we go. There we go. Next up, we got Panda. What's up, man?
What's going on, guys? How's everybody doing tonight? Ready to talk some comics.
Cowabunga, dude. Cowabunga. And next up, as always, we got Dustin from 2BrothersComics. What's up, man?
Oh, hey, sorry, I got this book here. I was just trying to, there was like a little smudge on it. I was trying to clean it off. I'll show it to you later.
There we go. All right, so we have our Thursday night chat group here. I'm excited to be talking comic books with all of you. I appreciate you guys joining us. Ryan, I'm glad to see that you are safe from that hurricane so far. And Dustin is rocking that Edwin TMNT Club shirt. That is what's up.
Got my other one back there. Got this one right here.
Hashtag Jabroni Nation, man. Hashtag Jabroni Nation. Let's go ahead and talk to some of the people that are in the chat. 1-2 Comic Talk. Hello. How's it going? Ruben Guzman. What's good?
The Guzman.
Ryan Pond. Hello. That's you.
Hey, Ryan.
Flashpoint Comics. What's up?
What's up?
Mountain Peak Comics. Hello. He messaged me about possibly being on my next auction.
What's going on, Mountain Peak?
I don't know how many people are going to be on there or not. Christian Arroyo Salazar. Hello.
What's up?
Austin LeMay. What's up, dude? I think he is.
Hi, dude.
He is a. He's part of the 2BrothersComics family. He's joined that. That's what's up. Evan Shimko. Hello. How's it going?
What's going on?
Stay Puff. 1983. What's up? Okay. Before we get any further, we do have to talk about our sponsor because we are sponsored. Every single one of our Thursday night chats is sponsored by comic_book_pressing on Instagram. If you need any comic books pressed, make sure you hit up Eric at comic_book_pressing. He does an awesome job and he has great prices. You can protect your comic book investment for as little as $10 by pressing on comic_book_pressing and use my promo code BURK54 to get free shipping back to you. I've heard from at least 6 different people that have said they're going to use him or have already used him. D-Rock Comics, Mike V, Selwyn, Justin Comics. There was a handful of others that are going to use him. He is awesome. He has great prices, and he does great work. And single one of our Thursday night chats is sponsored by comic_book_pressing. A link to his Instagram is in the description of the video. There we go. Let's see here. Mo, what's up, man? How's it going?
What's up, dude?
What's up, dude? Okay, so this is a part of the show where we show off what we got this week. I think a lot of people are over in Barry Gary's live stream because he's announcing some mystery boxes. Have you guys ever seen his channel? That dude has like, I think 150 long boxes in his garage. So it's about time he does a mystery box. So he's announcing that. So I'm assuming that's where everyone is at. That's okay. We'll be hanging out, talking, and reviewing some comics. John,
right there from Gary. Right there.
What is it?
Nice.
That Avengers, what is that? Avengers 16, the first Avengers Assemble. I bought that from Gary. Been hanging out with Gary for a long time. He's a good dude.
Yeah, I remember when he only did Instagram, actually. And I remember when he first started YouTube.
Yeah, he would just pop up on Jim Mint's channel every now and then, hang out with him, and then he did his own thing, and boom!
Dude, he flew through the roof. There's a couple other people like that as well. Comic Tom, I remember when he only did Instagram. I remember when he was like just barely getting started. And now his channel is obviously through the roof.
That's where Jim started, was Instagram. He was on Instagram for like a year before he did it, YouTube, I think.
Carlito, Classico. That's the dude, man. That is the dude. He's going to be at the Clayton Crane signing, and it's about 2 weeks from now, man. I'm excited about that.
I know. I'm really excited.
I'm really excited. Okay, let's go ahead and get into what we grabbed this week. We all did, I guess me and Dustin did videos on it, and we'll just show off the same stuff that we got, and then everyone else can show off theirs as well. Yeah, I only started it. That is true, John. That is true. Hawaiian Punch. Okay, I want to do this. Here we go. Okay, I'm gonna try to do this pretty quickly because I want you guys to show up what you got too. TMNT 107 back issue. This is like a homage to TMNT 2 or TMNT 4. I can't remember. Okay, let me do this.
2.
TMNT 2. That's what I thought.
First Mousers.
There we go. Then I had to get 108 as well. A couple of Kevin Eastman covers. Trying to get back into TMNT. And then I didn't even know this was going to be a foil cover, honestly. I thought it was just the regular cover, but they had a foil. So I got, this is, I can do it over here. The light, whatever. Mega Man, fully charged #1. This is the foil cover. And we'll be talking about this a little bit tonight. And then I got also, this came out this week, Thor #2, the 4th print, beautiful Galactus cover. Pretty cool. And then I got, he didn't have it on the shelf last week. I think he was just a little bit behind. There was only one of these, and I grabbed it because it's like a 9/8 candidate. Thor #6. So now I have 2 of these covers and now 3 overall. Thor #6.
Nice.
And then I got, this is a really good book, actually. We're going to be reviewing this as well. Batman 3 Jokers. I got the regular cover. And then the Batman variant cover. I just love this. And I've been waiting for this book for a long, long time. And then Flash 760 and Hook Lee. Mighty Morphin Power Rangers 53. We'll be talking about that. First Dark Rangers. Try to get the foil cover. He did not get that Ranger Slayer Inca cover, though I want that pretty bad. I think someone else got that. Maybe. And then by Ryan's recommendation, Firepower OGN.
Oh, nice.
So and Dona the Destroyer free comic book. So that's what I grabbed this week. Ryan.
Yeah, I haven't grabbed anything this week, to be honest. I just got back into town today. Hurricane Laura was coming in, and so they had her potentially coming toward Houston. So we had to leave Tuesday night, and so we came back today once it was all clear. So I just got in this afternoon. I haven't really done anything other than kind of speed read through some books.
Okay.
But fortunately, we didn't get pretty much anything off of the hurricane, so everybody here is safe. But Lake Charles and Louisiana got it pretty rough.
Yeah, that's good, Ryan. I didn't mean
I was worried about you, man.
When you said you didn't get anything, I was just like, you probably got all digital again.
Yeah.
I was thinking too. I was like, it totally makes sense too. Pandawesome316 just also had a video premiere.
Yeah. I just got a mail call from the 616 Comics talking about stuff that I got from Simple Man's and from the 616. But this week I got Joker, 3 Wars, or 3 Jokers, 3 Wars.
3 Wars.
I got that bomb variant. Of course, I got TMNT 108. I got that Eastman variant.
Nice.
I also got this Mega Man with the foil cover. God, I love foil covers.
It's so good, man.
I know.
So
I even got another Mega Man. I really like the story. We'll talk
Oh,
about
that's the one that Dustin was talking about yesterday.
one. I like this one the best.
Hmm.
I also got Kanto. I also got Lock and Key. If you guys remember Lock and Key from Hill House, I'm really excited because this is a new story here. So I'm really excited to read this. Then I also got Power Rangers 53.
Oh, nice.
Oh, you got. Oh.
Yeah,
I didn't get the foil, but I did get this one.
that's
Let me buy that up off you.
You know what? You can't.
It's still available on Boom Studios website, I believe. Just saying.
Oh, really?
yeah.
Tons
You have
of
it in
them.
3 months. No
3 months
time, no
later.
problem.
What'd you say, Panda?
I said you'll just get it 3 months later. It's okay.
That's true. I've heard it takes forever.
Hey, I'll do it in 2 weeks. So this will be here for you in 2 weeks. But I also got Spawn 309. I
That's
got
a
that
pretty cool
Gunslinger
cover.
variant. Oh, I know this cover is sick.
Yeah.
And then I got The Man Who Effed Up Time, number 5.
Oh, I forgot to read that
I
one.
couldn't even find that. You're so
Yeah.
lucky.
So Dustin, I got another Spawn 309 for you for your bro box. And coming in to you as well, I found another copy of
My man.
brother.
Appreciate
That's
you,
what's
man.
up.
Thank you, sir.
That is
Nice.
what's up. We had a couple people jump in here. Southern Comic Geek, hello.
What's up,
Sam-
Jason?
Yeah.
Samuel David, what's up?
What's up?
Ruben Guzman, CJS Ruben Guzman, with the TMNT Club shirt. Him and his, I think it's his wife. I don't know because he doesn't have Instagram. Celebrate Edwin right there. That's what's up, man. That's what's up. Magic Lasso, hello. Burkalicious, yes. There we go. A couple people. Hack, what's up, man?
What's up, Hack?
Hack?
Bearded comic bro. Look at the ragtag group of bros.
Gregory, what's going on, bro?
What's up, bro?
Hey,
Hashtag
I've been watching a lot of those videos lately.
team no sleeves right on this side. Nicholas Mueller, hello. Okay. Trying to find you a sponsor. I couldn't find anything past the real five.
I appreciate everybody looking, man. Panda came through, so we got one for the bro box for this month. So thank you to everybody who was trying to help out with that. Appreciate it.
Sleeves with the shirts. There we go. There we go. Okay, Dustin from Dustin for 2BrothersComics. What you get this week, man?
Start off with my favorite book of the week, Kanto, issue number 1 of Kanto Volume 2, The Hollow Men. I have that 1 in 10 TMNT number 1 homage. There, I said all 3 of them. That's coming in the mail next week.
Nice.
That Texas Blood number 3. This was the issue that was going to determine whether or not I continued to put this on my pull list. So I'm still on the fence about it. So guess what? I'm going to get the next one. I got the 3 Jokers. The 3 Jokers. The 3 Jokers. So I only wanted really this cover, but since I just started my pull list with these guys and they had all 3 in there, I didn't want to tell them, hey, I don't want these. So I grabbed all 3. Did not get the bomb cover. Didn't see that one. I may have missed it. I don't know. I got the Mega Man foil. This is going in the bro box because this is the one that I really liked. I love that cover. To me, this really captures like the original Mega Man cartoon video game Mega Man. It was really, really good.
It's that center point. I find that any cover that has like a point of focus, like they draw me in every time.
And you know the energy just shooting out of them. I mean, it's kind of like that Thor 229 that I showed off in my top 5, where he slammed the hammer down. You just have everything shoot.
Same thing with like the Infinity Gauntlet cover.
That's a Derek 2 cover.
Is it?
It looks like a cover to me.
Lee In Yuk.
Oh, and Hook Lee.
In Hook Lee.
Yep.
Okay. I got the Dark Rangers cover, the trade dress regular one. I didn't want to pay the money for the Virgin copy, so I didn't grab that. I grabbed the foil because I don't have this cover, so I just grabbed the foil one. And I collect these. I have all of them except a couple, so I was able to find that. I hate that they put this stupid sticker on here, variant, rare, 1 in 10. Because these stickers, you try to pull them off and it rips the bag. Like, they're horrible, horrible stickers, and it's just a gimmick to try to make that book look like it's like way more expensive than it is, and it's not an expensive book. They had this in there, so this is the cover A first print for Thor 6. That'll go on the bro box because I grabbed one last week. Got Spawn 308 because I'm really interested in this Consequence of Sin story arc. And this is the 309 I picked up. It's got a really bad spine roll. You can almost see it if I show you at a right angle. Like all the way up here, it's like jacked up. But this was the only one they had, so thanks for grabbing a nice copy to put in the bro box, Panda. Definitely appreciate that, bro. Oh, and I just picked up this little gem too. Like they had that sitting out for me. I grabbed that yesterday. It was a nice little gem to pick up, I thought, considering that it's the first Silver Age appearance of Riddler, 3rd ever appearance, and he's got a movie coming out, so why not?
Dude, this is going to be like that night where he moved the TMNT 2-pack like 10 times.
Oh, man.
That's what's up, man. That's awesome. I'm
pull out that $5 Ghost Rider that I picked up last week.
Ooh, that was a steal, dude.
See that?
Yeah.
And you just got that Miles Morales book, too.
Yeah, the 2nd volume, issue number 1. Yeah, I picked that up for like cover price. So that was a good deal. And but yeah, that I don't know what I did better on. What I paid for this or the $5 on that Ghost Rider number 2. That was insane. So,
you know, speaking of $5, I think Compton Comics, right? Compton Comics, Steve, right? He's doing like a big $5 sale on his.
He's doing a lot. He's selling a lot of stuff on his.
Yeah,
a lot of Venom.
$5 blowouts. So
yeah,
nice.
I just heard about it today, so I need to go check it out for sure. We got some people talking to comic_book_pressing, who is a sponsor. We already did the ad, but since he jumped in here after, I'm going to do it again. Protect your comic book investment for as little as $10 by pressing it with comic_pressing. He does great work. He is the only presser I've used, and Panda's used him. Mike V said he's going to send him 25 books. I know that he worked with D-Runt Comics recently as well. Selwyn's going to send him some books. Justin Comics, that I just talked to today, is going to send him some books. Oregon Wime, a whole bunch of other people. So make sure you use comic_book_pressing for your pressing needs, and use my promo code BURK54 to get free shipping back to you. Now it's back to us. What a guy. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Okay, so we're going to be reviewing 3 books tonight. And we're talking about,
sorry, Austin had me cracking up.
oh, dude, I know, right? Seriously, when Dustin gets something like new, shiny, he likes to show it off, man.
Hey, I don't come up on big books too often, so when I do, I get excited about it.
I like it.
Too often is like 2 weeks. Every 2 weeks, I see you with a new big book.
Dude, I know. You just got the first print of Drac and the second print. Didn't you say cover price?
Yeah.
Jeez,
dude.
Yeah, and I got a stack of Silver Age awesomeness, Kirby art, Captain America keys that I'm picking up next Friday. So
yeah, so not too often, right?
Yeah, I know. I'm trying out here.
Trying out here. There we go.
You know, it's hard out here.
There you go. Okay, so first question that someone had is the 3 Jokers a good investment? That is up to you. If you're a DC person, if you're a Batman fan, all of that, and we can probably just start with that book if everyone else wants to.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Poncho said he's going to send some to comic_pressing too. Nice. Yeah, we can start with 3 Jokers. Here's what I'm going to say. Let me grab it. Okay. So every one of these books came with a little Joker card. And actually, it was on the back, too, which I thought was interesting. Yep, there it is. Dude, go read it, someone. What was interesting to me about this book was that it's like supposed to be canon because it didn't feel canon to me when I was reading it, and it's a black label book. But in Justice League 50 from the New 52, that's when we found out there was more than one Joker. But in this book, it made it seem like to me that Batman didn't know there was 3 Jokers when he was the only one who did know in that book, because he asked the Mobius chair. In the Mobius chair, he asked him who the Joker was, and the Mobius chair said there were 3 Jokers. So, written by the same person, Jeff Johns. So,
yeah, I thought it was a really nice touch that they put this on the back cover, because it really, really paid homage to the Killing Joke.
Yep.
So I was like, that's awesome. I mean, you got that. Okay, Steve just got mad and left, I guess. I mean, dude, just a Killing Joke, Steve. I promise.
I know, right?
Dude.
That was supposed to be positive.
I was going to tell you, I have to use the bathroom, okay?
Oh, okay.
So yeah, 3 Jokers this week was it was really interesting. Things happened. There was definitely more than one Joker, not quite 4 though.
Yeah.
And things and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Carlito, I'll see if I can find one for you, bro. They're everywhere. This is a mass printed book with a bunch of different variants. So I'll see if I can find you one, and if I can, I'll hit you up.
I was about to say, Carlito, I can get you. I'm going to my LCS tomorrow, so I'll look for you.
Yeah, if you let me know if you get to your shop before I get to mine. Just me and Pando keep in contact. Somebody will find one though.
Yeah. So Ryan, did you read Joker?
No, I did not read the 3 Jokers. I did watch John and Whitewell Comics, their book club over it. So I have a pretty good idea of what went down in it and what it is, but I didn't read it. So
yeah, if you watch them guys talk about it, then you're probably good as far as having a good understanding of what's going on. Those guys, they go into pretty good detail on stuff.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
definitely respectable people to take the information from, for sure. I read it. You read it, Panda?
Yeah, I read it. I liked it. I thought it was pretty cool how they called back to a lot of things, like the Killing Joke with Barbara Gordon getting shot in the stomach and going through her back. And it showed her taking that shower with she still has the holes inside of her. And it's just like, oh, that's crazy. Because you never see that, even when she was Oracle and stuff like that. So it was just really cool to actually see the callback to that. And then, the callback to Jason Todd when he was getting beat by that Joker. That was really cool with the crowbar. Yeah. Oh, man. And the ending, just, you knew he was going to do it. Like, honestly. And Austin, if you haven't read this by now, like, I'm pretty sure you have. You might want to leave because we're going to spoil a whole bunch of things.
Yeah, I've read The Killing Joke. I have not read any of that Barbara Gordon story arc or the Jason Todd story arc before. I've never read a whole lot of Batman until recently, so I'm kind of playing a little bit of catch up, but this does a really good job too for people who haven't read those story arcs of explaining the history of it. So I thought that was really good, that it did give you kind of a history lesson in the first issue to kind of let you know, like, the origin of why there is 3 Jokers, the significance of each and every one, and what part they've played in this Batman franchise over the years. Everybody knows that, you think of Batman. Do you even think of Robin first, or do you think of the Joker first when you think Batman? I mean, he's that iconic. So to go into detail on the importance of the individuals that are the 3 Jokers, I thought was a really cool thing. And one thing that I really liked was in the beginning here. You gonna be okay there, Pumpkin?
You have Spangles today?
No, no, that was a bad day. No, my wife made chicken wings tonight, and it's like it's going straight through me. Sorry.
Comic book pressing. I think New Mutants did release this week. The movie.
I think it's coming out tomorrow.
It's tomorrow.
Yeah, tomorrow.
I did wash my hands, Southern
Wow,
Comedy.
finally.
But yeah,
Okay.
like something else I loved was these panels here.
Oh,
They're going through the scars on Bruce Wayne and showing the where
fight
each
that
scar
happened.
came from, and that was so cool to me. Getting to see, going through the history of the battles between Batman and the Penguin and Catwoman and the Joker and Killer Croc was even. You can see Killer Croc up here in this panel. And just going through where all of these scars came from, man, that was so cool to me. It was really, really good. You don't need words. They've got Scarecrow in here. Like I said, you've got Joker, Killer Croc, Riddler, Catwoman, Bane, Penguin, and you just see like Batman, Bruce Wayne is just beat all up. And that's something you don't really ever get to look at too much, is like the body scars and the damage that he's taken over his life. So when we do get that little bit of look inside that, I always like it. I always think it's really cool. And the fact that they didn't use any words, it's just literally just a showcase for you to just flip through and look at these panels. And the fact that they didn't have the words in there allowed you to really take all that in and focus on the artwork and focus on the story being told without the story being actually told. So I thought that was a really nice touch.
I agree. Nicholas Mueller, he was fantastic on this. Honestly, his artwork overall is pretty good. He was great in Doomsday Clock. I think they worked together on Batman Earth 1 as well. Overall, like his art is probably of the three books we read tonight, it's definitely the best. No doubt. Oh, Dustin's showing off his 2BrothersComics Watson. Well, they definitely did a great job showing how deep the Joker traumatized them in the past. What's up, Alex? How's it going, man?
Man?
I didn't get to say much earlier because I was, in the bathroom. But I agree 100% what you said about the scars on there. And I think, did you say something about how like it gives like a backstory on each one about how they played a different part? Okay.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Because I was saying I hadn't really read anything on the whole deal with him not paralyzing Barbara Gordon, because that was in The Killing Joke. I did read that, but Jason Todd getting killed by the Joker, and the different things with that. Like I haven't read all of that, so they did a good job of kind of catching you up here and showing you the importance and the significance of each individual Joker in this series, and kind of going through why there's three different ones, and this, like I said, just the significance of each one throughout the history of Batman. I thought they did a great job of that.
I thought so too. I thought that was perfect the way they did that. I said this earlier. I have some serious questions about continuity here, with the fact that in Justice League 50, that Batman asked a Mobius chair what the Joker's name was, and he said that there's three Jokers. And in this book, I don't know if it seemed like that to you guys, but it seemed like he didn't know. Is that how you guys felt too?
Do you think this could be like a prelude to that?
That I do not know.
Like, see, this is what I'm wondering, is just like, where is it canon? Like what time is this?
What timeline? What universe?
Yeah, what universe?
See, and that was my understanding. Is Black Label is basically a what if style universe where they can tell any story, but it's not connected to continuity. So if this is a Black Label book, that automatically means it can't be connected to the continuity. But that's what John and Whitewell were asking about too, because that's all tied back to the Morbius chair.
The Mobius chair, yeah, and it made it seem like it was supposed to be continuity. It's not continuity. If the series is popular, they will probably retcon some of this into the main universe.
Yeah, see, and that's what I hate to hear. Like, that's such a garbage way to tell your story.
Yeah, but I mean, I totally get why they're doing that, especially considering this is coming out at the exact same time as the Joker War is happening. And in that series, like, honestly, overall, it seems the issue that I had with this book and overall is the Joker is so like he thinks of himself so highly that he would not work with anyone else that also thinks they're a Joker. But it also kind of seemed like the guy. Here, let me show him. He was like the main Joker, and it seemed like they can go out and make new Jokers. Is that how you guys felt too?
Yeah. What they call him, the criminal? The
Yeah.
one.
The very first one.
Yeah.
Mhm.
The one. Isn't that supposed to be Joe Chill? Right.
So no, Joe Chill is dead. They said that in this book.
Right. Okay. So. Yeah.
That's him right there.
And you talked about, you know, that the Joker doesn't want to work with other people. Like, you kind of get that too whenever the one Joker shows up at the house. He's like, you know, talk to the boss. He's like, oh, he thinks he's the boss. He's like, well, somebody's got to be the boss. Well, then I'm the boss. So I mean,
that is true.
They do kind of have that, you know, struggle between the three of them, it looks like too. So, and you know, then you have the, oh, that's my shirt, what are you doing with that? Or, you know, what are you doing telling my jokes? So I mean, there's definitely that internal struggle there. So it's an interesting, it's definitely interesting so far, the way that they've laid it out and left us with a bunch of questions, so that we will definitely read the second issue. So
the dynamic is definitely interesting between all three of them for sure. And I mean, this is spoilery. Obviously, we're showing stuff. The ending was crazy, really crazy. Yeah,
you can see it a mile away though. But in fact, I said you could see it a mile away because it is Jason Todd. Jason Todd's been killing this whole time, anytime. And why not kill the one person that he wants to kill the most?
That killed him.
Yeah, they killed him. But it was also really interesting to see when he said, "And how many times have you ever missed, Barbara?"
Because she threw the batarang and missed.
Exactly. So you knew she wanted it too.
She did.
I like the part where Joker was really getting into Jason's head, and he was basically, when he said, you know, why do you think he dons my original Red Hood deal? Like, he is my Joker. He said he would do anything. He is my Robin. He said he would do anything. He said he would be my Robin and do anything I told him to do. And what did he do? He became my Robin. Like, to me, that was the whoa moment of that one.
Well, what's interesting is that we know from Batman the Killing Joke and from also 0 Year and Batman the New 52 that the origin of Joker is that he started as the Red Hood for the Red Hood gang, and then he fell into a vat and got all the toxins on him and became crazy, and that's how he became the Joker. So it is really interesting that they're tying in all these different ways from different storylines, and that's crazy. I do remember the Robin thing, but I'd forgotten about that until you said that.
Oh, dude, that was a big shocker too. Like, as soon as he said it, it was like,
yeah, like at that point, that was the point where I knew, like, all right, like, Jason's about to do this dude in. Like, he that was all you had to say. Like, that was enough to really get to him and make him kind of, because I mean, if you think about what he said, like, you know, you go out and do everything that Batman won't do. You're an absolute thorn in Batman's side. And you know, you cause problems for Batman. I don't even have to do anything. I've won. I've been winning for years, and you don't even realize it. And there was absolutely nothing that Jason Todd could do or say that would have convinced him otherwise. Like, Jason was convinced, like, holy crap, what is going on? Yeah, he's right. And like, I kind of took it as one of those things, like, you know, he's not going to admit it. So
he was straight gangster.
Yeah.
And I love that about him, honestly. He's like the DC
Punisher almost.
Punisher, yeah. That's how I look at it. I wish the story was canon, but Bruce Wayne is still rich, Alfred is alive, and Batman has his 1989 suit and Batmobile. You know, I hadn't thought about that.
I love that they used that Batmobile.
Yeah, that's what we're talking about, is that we don't know if it is canon, in what time period is it canon to? You know, like, is it before all this stuff happened with the Joker Wars? That's the confusing part to me right now, is that I'm pretty sure that they didn't mean for it to do it this way, because Three Jokers has been teased for how long? Almost what?
4 years.
4 years.
2016 Justice League New 52 issue 50. And then 2 years ago, in 2018 San Diego Comic-Con, they finally said we'd get a Three Joker story. And then 2 years later, after that, obviously 2020, we finally get the first issue. So they've been teasing this for 4 years.
Right, but that's what I'm saying, is that why do it now when you have the Joker Wars happening? You know what I mean?
I think he wanted to finish Doomsday. He wanted to finish Doomsday Clock first.
Oh, and Doomsday Clock took forever.
What, like 10 years?
Almost, it was 21 months, I think, from start to finish. And it was supposed to be one every month, so it's supposed to be done in 1 year. So let's see here. Do we agree that Batgirl purposely didn't stop Jason Todd from killing the first Joker?
Oh, yeah. I agree.
Yeah, I mean, they both have a reason to kill him. And I think he even says that. He even says it at the end, doesn't he? He says,
I hope I got the right one. Or I hope
he says, what did he say? Don't tell me you didn't want this too after everything he did to you. So they definitely both wanted him dead. And I think that's kind of why Jeff Johns, like, his brilliancy of his writing is that he's like, okay, this is a Batman story, but we're going to bring in Batgirl and Red Hood, because those two, outside of Batman, are the two most affected by the Joker in DC continuity. So I loved how involved they were in that story.
Speaking of Batgirl, did anybody else notice how tight her suit is when she jumps in here? I was like, what in the world? Like, golly, I had never seen Batgirl like that. Not unless it was in a comic cover on Bub's Comics collection. Golly, man.
Oh, shoot.
I do like that they came back with the fish and the gags and all that stuff.
Oh,
like,
man.
Oh, hey, what's up, Captain Comics? That's your dude, man.
Yeah, the smiling shark was like,
yeah.
whoa. And it comes out and like they're shooting the glass. I'm like, oh, somebody's about to get eat by a freaking Joker shark. This is awesome.
Dude, okay. Had anyone ever seen that little dude before? I've never seen him before.
He must have been a callback to when Joker first started in the comic books.
Batgirl After Dark. Oh, that's hilarious. That's hilarious. Who is that? Gaggy. The Joker once called him his court jester.
Yeah.
I have no idea who that guy is.
I've heard, I don't know when I've heard of it or whatever, but I recognized him when I saw him, but I don't know anything about the character though. No.
Did you say Joker once called him his jester? Like, that's a pretty obscure pull. Like, something he mentioned one time off the cuff. We're gonna go back and bring that back.
Yeah.
You know what I'm thinking?
Talk about deep cuts.
So I have to find it over here, but looking at his suit, and it's the same writer and same artist. This is Jeff Johns and Jason Fabok, who also did Batman Earth 1, which is like another like origin story. And that's supposed to be Elseworlds 2, even though it's like the same stuff happening. I'm wondering if this is what it's connected to, because he's wearing the exact same suit that he wore in that book. So I feel like that's where it's connected to.
That sounds like, the way he got away with saying it is and isn't canon.
The Batlight, man, that was awesome.
That is awesome.
And Jason Todd saying, what's clear is the Batlight's going to alert anyone who's here about us being in here. So,
yeah.
You know what the Batlight reminded me of? You guys remember the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers movie?
Yeah, what the Yellow Ranger.
Yeah.
Yes,
That's
me too.
exactly what it reminded me of.
Me too. I agree with that. Yeah, this book was great. I liked the whole thing.
oh yeah. Before we move on, what's everybody's favorite cover? Because obviously this was a big money grab book that was like 5 covers. Plus, you had those premiere covers. You had the 1 in 25, the 1 in 100. But what was everybody's favorite cover?
My favorite cover is one that I was not able to get. Of the ones that I did get, mine is probably the Batman cover, though obviously I do like the callback to Jason Todd. My favorite cover though is the Red Hood cover. So I need to get me one of those.
Mine was the 1 in 25, and that's honestly why I'm going back over to my LCS tomorrow, is because I know they had a bunch of them.
Is that the green one?
The green and purple one.
Yeah,
that was such a. It's just the colors on it just pop so nice. So,
what about you, Dustin?
Mine was definitely the Laughing Fish cover. I love how they did the fish. You know, they made the fish look wet and slimy.
I love it.
The detail in the face to make it really, really match, and the eyes and the way that they just made that fish gleam on the fins and everything. The Joker, the way he's got his tongue and his teeth like that and his eyes. I love that cover. I thought it was great. He's got the hat on. So the original Joker Laughing Fish cover is one of my favorite Joker covers that I want to grab one day. So that one was definitely one that I was digging for sure.
Yeah.
Ryan, which one did you like the most?
I didn't see a Jason Todd one. All I've really seen is what y'all showed off.
Yeah, well, it's the Red Hood one.
Yeah, it's the crowbar one.
Oh, well, okay, sorry. Yeah, this is a callback to the Joker.
Oh, okay.
With the crowbar, but I do want the Red Hood one. I'm a fan of the Red Hood cover myself.
Yeah, I don't know. I kind of agree with Dustin. The level of detail on that fish was ridiculous.
That one that Panda and Steve have is the bomb.
Which one?
The bomb cover.
The one where he's holding a bomb.
Oh, you don't have that one? Oh, okay.
I only got the 2 covers.
Okay. I didn't even see the bomb cover, but I thought that one looked really cool too.
That's freaking awesome, Panda. You know what I liked about all these covers? Is that every single one of them, is done by the interior artist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Versus them going out and getting Matina, getting Jim Lee, getting Hook Lee, whoever it is. Finch.
Peach Momoko.
Oh, please don't bring Peach Momoko onto this. God almighty. We want good covers, Ryan. Come on.
Faboff or how do you say his last name? I like that he did all the covers. That was pretty cool.
Yeah. He did a really good job.
He did. I love his art. And actually, both of those are doing an in-house signing with CGC. And what's interesting to me is I was talking about this the other day is, like, I love, like, Jeff Johns' writing, but, like, I have a hard time picking a single book that I'd want signed, because what makes him great is that his storytelling is really good. I can't think of, like, if I want something signed by him, I want a first appearance, and I can only think of like one first appearance that I have in my collection from him. And so I don't know. What do you guys think?
That's easy for me. I would go with Flashpoint easily for Jeff Johns. That was my favorite story. That's actually what catapulted me. That was the catalyst for me getting back into comic books. Like, that storyline just blew my mind, especially how they had, Bruce Wayne's parents, one becoming Batman, the other becoming the Joker. I thought that was just wicked, just awesome.
I have 2 covers for issue 1. I'm unsure if both of them are 9/8 candidates. If it's not a 9/8, I don't think I'd want to get it signed. Dustin, can you think of any books that you would want signed by him?
Honestly, this is the only thing I have by him. So
really,
yeah, I didn't really start reading DC stuff until like not too long ago, maybe about a year ago. So
so you probably only had like 1, maybe 2 chances to get anything from him.
Yeah, because I mean, I was a strictly an indie reader for so long. I didn't read Marvel or DC for a long time. So
I have a whole bunch by Jeff Johns. I love his writing. I would probably pick either my Green Lantern 20 first cameo Jessica Cruz, or my Justice League 50, or the original Flash Rebirth issue 1. The original one.
Did he write those Flash Rebirth books that you sent me?
No, Joshua Williams.
Okay.
He wrote the original Flash Rebirth. There's a whole. That's actually where they got the Rebirth name from, because he did Green Lantern Rebirth and Flash Rebirth, and both of those were so well received that they decided, let's just go and use that same name for all of the books going forward.
Okay.
So, Tapia likes the bomb cover. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Honestly, they're all solid. Like you said, single artist cover variants are scarce now. I agree. I didn't get into Batman until 86. I'm playing catch up now. Well, you jumped in at a good time because
Yep, same here, man. I started in 75.
Tom King was not very good. The last issue 50 through 85 were not great.
I feel like we make that point every episode.
we do make that point. Tom
King's last like 50 issues were terrible.
They were bad. Okay, should we get into Power Rangers now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
Okay.
Were you able to read it?
Yeah, I read it.
Oh, okay, good.
Mm-hmm.
Which one are we going to talk about? This one?
Yep.
Or this one? I kind of want to talk about this one.
Oh my gosh. I wanted that so bad. My shop didn't have it. I'm going to have to buy it online and wait 3 months.
If I catch another one at a shop, I'll let you know, man.
You just got to wait 2 weeks, brother. I got you.
Okay, well, how about this? I'll pay for your lunch plus whatever else you think that I owe for.
Hey, as long as it's Spangles, then I'm good.
It's right down the street, dude. It's right down the street. And we're going there after, so we don't have any problems.
You go to like 3 more shops afterwards?
There's one right next door.
Oh,
You have shops that get more than one of those covers?
you talk about this one?
Yeah.
Yeah, my shop had like 2 or 3.
Dude,
There's one shop near me that gets one, and they get one, and that's it. And if I don't get there at 11 o'clock and run in and grab it, it's gone. So that's what I've had to do for every one of those. I get one shot to get one of them. That's why I have a couple that I'm missing, but that's crazy that you got shops that get more than one. That's awesome.
well, he lives, honestly, okay, when you think of Kansas, everywhere for the most part outside of where he lives is like flat. Nobody there. You go to Wichita, it's like a major metropolitan. Like there is an airport there, and like it's huge. We went to 4 shops.
People and civilization.
We went to 3. Okay.
We decided to skip that 4th shop because that was the one where they like to look at eBay prices.
Oh, that's right. There's 4.
Oh, it's kind of like that shop by me. What I call it the other day?
Yeah, what did you call it?
Oh, no, I'm not going to say it on here.
God's green.
Thecrap.com or something like that.
Oh, that's
Somebody's comics.
Yes. There we go. Okay. All right. So, Power Rangers 53. Normally, I probably would have just got the foil cover. I wanted that cover you guys got too. But with the Dark Rangers being on the cover too, and it says it on the cover too, I'm like, you know what? I'll get the regular cover too. And $4.
Yeah, I like it. I didn't think it was a bad cover.
No, I liked it. Actually, I liked all the covers for the most part for this issue.
The Virgin copy looked really good.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm going to talk about this issue a little bit, and then everyone can add their own commentary to it. I don't know what you're talking about, Oregon One. Okay, so at the beginning here, first off, I'm going to say I'm still not a fan of Moises Hidalgo art. I'm just going to put that out there. Not good. Don't like it. Okay. At the beginning, we see Rita, but not the Rita that we thought, because we had questions on that last issue. Come to find out right away that it is a putty Rita that has like all her talks and walks and acts like her, but it's not actually her.
Yeah, it's like an upgraded putty.
Or like, you know, Finster makes all of his monsters out of putty, so that's what I took it as. Like he just made
Rita.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just an empty representation of Rita, but I don't know.
We also see how powerful Lord Zed is, and I thought he's going to be pretty powerful. So
yeah. All of that like weird visor thing, I was like, what is that?
Yeah, he did that in the show, but the only time he ever did that was when he was trying to look at Earth. You know, Rita would look through her telescope.
Oh, yeah.
Lord Zed would have that vision thing pop out of his
But it was
visor.
like red, right?
Right. So
Yeah.
that was one thing I was gonna say is like that was a new use of that visor to make the monsters grow. Like I was like, okay. Usually he has the little bomb that he throws and it makes them grow. So I don't know if they just missed that or they wanted to use something different. But
yeah,
it was
that
like
was my thing. Was like, you know, that's a staff thing. That was weird that he used his visor.
I have to find, where is that?
It's towards the end. It's the last page.
Oh,
The
I
last
see it.
2
I see
pages.
I see it. That is weird. That is weird. Okay. Right after that, so obviously at the very beginning, he makes Rita one of his Dark Rangers, the Red Dark Ranger, along with others. Then we see Billy working with Grace from Promethea.
I love that.
Yeah.
That's something I've been saying for a long time, by the way.
What?
Say Grace and Billy need to make their own morpher and stuff.
Yeah.
And honestly, it totally makes sense how they're playing into this two different ways. And they're really trying to get the readers guessing here. Because you got the green Psycho Dagger with the Green Ranger coin, and they say they can make a new Ranger from it. And then she says she thinks that Draken would be a good candidate, and he says no way. So, like, obviously we know that the new Green Ranger is coming in 55, and he kind of looks like Draken. So it could be Draken. I personally don't think it is, but I think part of why he looks like Draken is because they're using powers from the Psycho Dagger to make him look a little bit different than the original Green Ranger. Is that how you guys feel too?
Yeah, I definitely think Draken has his own morphing ability, his own suit and everything. So I don't know exactly what the play here is. I don't know if Grace is like a bad guy or if she's just playing one. I don't know if she's testing Billy or if this is going to be a thing where you're supposed to think Billy is kind of like going to choose Draken as well, but then at the last moment he's like, "Oh, but what about Matt?" You know. But either way, I think both of those roads lead to Matt.
She didn't say Matt once.
But I mean,
when Billy said it, like it should be somebody we trust and somebody we know.
That is what he said.
And she said somebody she's been watching. I really believe Matt's on that list.
Yeah.
He went to the moon.
So I looked, and his name is not on the list of candidates. I specifically looked for it right here, and his Matt M. Cook is not on there. But
do you trust this artwork with canon?
No. No. I mean, there's so many more I'm sure that are not up there.
You know, Grace really reminds me of like a Nick Fury. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You're just unsure, like they're true, like what are they thinking? Are they
exactly.
for or against them?
Yeah, and I do think this was probably the best issue we've seen of that like character painting of her, where we're getting kind of like this darker side, and you know, like she's on the good, like the Nick Fury thing, you know, like she's doing the wrong things for the right reasons, you know.
Right.
And this how many pages is it? These 4 pages, these 2 spreads are the best part in the whole book, in my opinion. What do you guys think?
Mm-hmm.
Which one?
The beginning here with Grace and Billy talking.
Oh yeah. I love the dialogue between the two of them, where you know they're not just doing science talk anymore. Like they have a regular relationship, and he's, you know, she says Draken, and he's like, hello, have you lost all of your friggin' crazy mind? Like you can kind of see his face, like, have you lost it? Like, are you crazy? You know, the guy absolutely tried to kill everybody, and you want to give him the powers to be the new Green Ranger?
Yep.
Yeah.
But
and see, that's why I say, like, I don't know if she's testing him, because to me that would be the kind of thing Nick Fury would do. Like, I'm gonna specifically point you in the wrong direction to see if you will find the light side, you know. And so I could see her playing that. I could also see a situation where she really does think it needs to be Draken, like a Suicide Squad style thing, you know. You know, and so then looks like he's going to finally, she's going to keep pushing, he's going to agree, and at the last moment he like swerves and gives it to Matt or something, you know.
Well,
but I think
go on.
I think both of those roads like lead back to Matt, you know.
It has to be Matt, based on all the interviews that Ryan Parrott has done. And I will say he has been pretty brilliant. This particular issue, these 4 pages, are brilliant for what he's trying to do to keep people guessing on who the new Green Ranger can be. Because we know at this point there's going to be a new Green Ranger. We've seen what the designs are. He's like, okay, now let's try to get the readers guessing who it is. And she's like, Draken. And he's like, nope, anyone but Draken.
But I liked her reasoning for it, though. I mean,
yeah,
she did have good reasoning, and I don't know. I think it would be a great twist to throw him in there. I mean, because look, the way I see it is they're going to continue on the way that they're pushing the Ranger Slayer as the new Draken. I feel like that character is going to go to one of the series, so they've got to keep Draken in the other series somehow. So what better way? I mean, what are they going to do? They're going to have him fight him again? They've already done that. So how about put him in there as the Green Ranger and consistently have him be that wild card of like, is he going to turn on him? Or, maybe every now and then he does something really sketchy that makes you really think like this is where it's going to happen. He's going to turn on him. I mean, it'd be a good building point.
You know what this reminds me of? You guys have seen, I want to say it's Thor number 2. Thor
MCU?
number 2 in the MCU. Okay,
Oh,
so
okay.
Loki is captured. He's in the jail, and no one wants to break him out. But they need to break him out to be. It's like I got to take the lesser good to fight the worse person.
Lesser of two evils.
Lesser of two evils, and at some point he's going to double cross you.
Yeah.
And that is kind of like what's happening here now. It's like,
The enemy of your enemy is your friend.
Do we give him this power, knowing that he could very well just use it right against us and try to destroy us?
Yeah, because we still don't know, like when he came back to Earth and says they're coming, we still don't know who the heck they are. I'm assuming he's not talking about the Dark Rangers because they were pretty much made a fool of in this issue. So that wasn't even a big deal. But this series, this franchise has always been able to, at least the 2 that I think of when they brought in the White Ranger and how everybody seemed kind of upset. Like, why would it not be Tommy? Like nobody, like I know as a kid, like I didn't think it was going to be, it was going to be Tommy. And they kind of it was going to be Tommy.
I wanted
it. When the guy had to give up the Gold Zeo Ranger powers, everybody thought it was going to be Billy. They played off the whole time like it was going to be Billy, and they bring back Jason. So this could be another one of those swerves where everybody's thinking Matt, and then like, nope, we're bringing in Draken, and we're gonna
right in front of your face.
Yeah, I think that Draken being the new Green Ranger would add such a better dynamic than Matt, because it will consistently add that. When is he going to double cross him? Like you were just saying, when is it going to happen? Because there's no way he's going to be able to. And if they do it, like I don't want him to be, a changed, reformed Draken. Like let him still be that outcast, kind of, badass dude that you just have to keep an eye on.
He's Loki.
And, yeah, I mean, they didn't trust Tommy for a long time in the beginning of this series when it first started. There was a lot of trust issues and stuff like that. So like, I could definitely see that being a great dynamic to add him as Draken instead of Matt. But I mean, who knows?
Well, for me, like, I think this is another like really interesting opening that this creates, because it kind of shows us like this corporate side, like they can turn Grace and her stuff into basically like an Argus or, whatever the Marvel thing is, Shield, like something like that, where there was like these Venom comics I read one time where he's like a veteran, he has no legs and stuff, and the government like sends him on these missions, but he has to return and give him the suit back, kind of like Suicide Squad. Like I could see some stuff like that where she's taking prisoners and putting them into like her own manufactured Power Ranger suits, and sending them out on missions where, like, if you don't do what I say, you're gonna die,
Yeah,
so that could be a really interesting new branch they've created in that universe.
Especially whenever she consistently says she doesn't want to involve Zordon. She doesn't want to tell Zordon about it. Like, to me, that kind of gives her that kind of like bad guy feel. Like, she doesn't want Zordon involved in this at all.
Right.
There's definitely
like Amanda Waller.
There's definitely some negative stuff going on there ever since the rest of her team died, except for her and one other person. Which at some point, that other Ranger that did not die, I feel like he has to show up.
He's a big part of Beyond the Grid.
He's what?
He's a big part of Beyond the Grid. Well,
I didn't know that.
he's pretty heavily involved in the first like 2 or 3 issues of Beyond the Grid, but we don't know where that falls in continuity at this point. So who knows? But it's the Blue Ranger that was from England.
Yeah, I will say really quickly before we move on to the rest of the book, I just realized, like literally 2 minutes ago, of how issue 52 ended. We didn't see any Omega Rangers in this book whatsoever. It's almost been laughable about how they're trying to intertwine them, but they keep going in separate directions. They're like, okay, I need to veer back here and try to get people happy about this while keeping people guessing. So I do feel like them breaking into 2 different books is what everyone wants at this point, because I'm thinking about what happened at the end of 52 with the Omega Rangers, and we didn't get anything in this book whatsoever about the Omega Rangers at all. So that's kind of frustrating. At the same time, I also only really care about the regular Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. So I will say I'm excited to have them in separate books after the relaunch. Okay.
Oh yeah. I think by like halfway through 55, we'll get the Green Ranger, and then right at the end, just like Draken showed up at the end of Necessary Evil, I think that's going to be the end of 55 as the Omega Rangers show up and they're like, yeah, we need Draken, or we need to stop you or something, you know? And that's going to launch the 2 different books from there.
Right. Okay. So we're now onto the Dark Rangers, who I have 2 feelings about how they're morphing here.
I was impressed we got like an actual literal morphing sequence out of them.
Isn't that your dude right up there, the Dark Blue Ranger? Isn't that your guy, Dustin? He's giving a peace sign.
Oh, Squat, yeah.
That's pretty cool. I see 2 different things here. Their morphers look like the crappy morphers from the 2017 movie. Mm-hmm. And then their morphing sequence.
I was just about to say that.
Their morphing sequence reminds me of the pilot that did not get aired. And they changed the Yellow Ranger. Because they hold up their morpher in that pilot, you know what I mean? So that's what I feel. I don't know if that's how you guys felt when you looked at that or not, but
yeah. I mean, all of that didn't like come out to me immediately, but as soon as you said, because I did think, I was like, man, they're morphers. Like they couldn't even take the time to draw one of them clear enough for us to know what they even look like. It's just like a coin in a gray box. I mean, whatever.
I'll be right back. I don't have to use the bathroom. I gotta go look for my cat. I'll be right back.
Okay.
You know I won't believe him at this point.
Panda, you was about to say something a little while ago, man, and I think I accidentally cut you off.
You say what?
Was you about to say something a little while ago about the maybe something that had to do with like Grace and the whole Draken thing or something? I thought maybe I cut you off.
No, I just felt like she's got to have some sort of contingency plan. I mean, she's coming up with the way to do the power coin and everything and how to power it up. She's got to find some sort of contingency plan to shut it off or something like that. Just like Amanda Waller style, just like, Ryan was saying, like she has to have some sort of contingency plan. Otherwise, why would she even suggest Draken in the first place? Right?
Yeah.
So I don't know. It just seems like she's got a backup plan to her backup plan. So
yeah.
It's a good
point.
point.
I definitely think she has some kind of plan for that. I don't think she just said it because,
Yeah, exactly. And, she's been saying how much time she's been spending with Draken. I mean, this whole time that she's been spending with Draken, she could have just been plotting a different way of controlling Draken in some way.
Well, I almost imagine her using him like the way that supposedly Draken used the Man in the Iron Mask in New Dawn.
Oh, the Tin Man? Yeah.
Like, I could totally see her, like, interrogating him just to figure out how to beat somebody just like him, to be that one step ahead.
Yeah.
That might be where he learned it. Actually, that could be interesting.
Yeah, I think it's really interesting. Like we said, I think the first four pages with Grace and Billy were probably the best part of this whole comic book.
Yeah, and they definitely felt like old Power Rangers, like the Mighty Morphin comics that we really liked, or even the Good Go-Go stuff, like that's what those 4 pages felt like. They didn't feel like all this necessary evil 51, 52, 53 pages. Like they stood out for a reason.
Right. Yeah. And just to carry on with the fighting that they did throughout, like 80% of this book just felt unnecessary. Like,
I was gonna say, like, I kept thinking, I was like, none of this, like, I could probably justify putting all this stuff in a book, but something just felt empty through this whole book. Like, it all felt fluffy.
Right, and that's what I'm saying is that it felt unnecessary. For them to be fighting and all that. So,
like, the character moments, like, it was kind of cool whenever Squat got a little bit of a moment there, but they spent too much time on a lot of these other people. Goldar fighting with the girls, and they're just like, oh, cool, you developed your banter. Like, I don't know. Like, it's like Spider-Man and Deadpool, but not as charismatic, I guess. Like,
right.
That was such a weird thing. It was like fourth wall breaking. It was so weird.
Right.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, there's a lot of interesting stuff in there that we definitely have a lot of questions about. That is definitely going to keep you reading on. So even if the art is horrible, we'll continue to read it to the end. I mean, there's a couple issues left, so I'm interested to see.
Yeah, you know what really felt anticlimactic was the very end when they showed the Terrorzords, and I was just like, I was
like, oh yeah, those look cool, but like in no way was I moved when I turned that page.
Yeah, exactly. It wasn't like something that really held me over to be like, oh, I can't wait for 54 to come out now.
Yeah.
Now, it feels like I'm just waiting for this to end so this way we can
get that relaunch.
Yeah, get that relaunch.
My other big question on this issue, though, is like, what is the play with this Rita putty? Like, it seems so stupid. They could have just been like, oh yeah, Rita's back, and we never would have questioned it because all of this is garbage anyway. So why make her a putty and make her empty? Like, it almost seems like there was a point that Tommy needed to realize that she's just a putty and not really Rita. But like, I don't know what the play is there. It seems like a weird thing to do.
Sorry, I did find my cat. It's kind of a big deal because our last cat ran away, like in March, and we had him for a year, and it was pretty tough for my daughter, and so we got a new cat, and we've had him for I don't know, like 2 months now, 2 or 3 months. My daughter would have been heartbroken if he ran away, but I found him. He was in a neighbor's yard. So okay, where are we at in this book?
We were kind of talking about the Dark Rangers now, I think, and Ryan was saying, he didn't really see, he thought it was he didn't really care for like the way that they just brought the Zords in. It didn't really do a whole lot, and I kind of looked at it as if they're gonna call them Rangers, like I would have thought they would have made them a little more Ranger-esque in their suits.
Yeah.
They look basically just like deformed versions of themselves.
Yeah.
So I would have preferred that they didn't call them Rangers.
Right.
Or if they were going to call them Rangers, give them a suit that looked kind of like that. Also, they've been really promoting these Dark Rangers, like on Twitter and stuff like that, as being a big deal. And they kind of got that Galactus treatment here, man, where built up as the next big bad and then just friggin' squashed. Like, okay, so that was pointless.
I was thinking exactly that when I was reading it. I was like, Dustin's gonna say this is like Galactus.
Except for Rita, the Rita putty is beating the crap out of Tommy. How is that happening? That should not be happening in this book.
Know.
That should not be happening.
I like the interaction between Adam and Babu, and the fact that he's scared of spiders and the spider creature is after him. So he was, he's falling. He's like, get lucky, and then grabs the handrail and like,
yes,
they added some some a comedic aspect to the fight scene with him, which I thought was good.
This book was 10 times better than the last couple issues, I feel like.
Oh yeah.
I did think it was a little bit better. Here's my question. So we get the Terror Zord splash at the end. So is 54 is like the whole first half of that issue going to be basically the same thing as the last half of this issue, but with Zords instead of just Dark Rangers?
I don't know.
Are they all going to face off with their like matching Zords for like half an issue and go through a fight that leads to nothing?
So
They're like, we're going to need more help, and Grace is going to do something, and then 55 Matt shows up.
but do they really even come together because they're actual animals? You know what I mean? It's freaking weird.
See, that's what I thought too. Like, how are they going to combine other than I can just see some melting pot kind of thing where they all just morph into something. Yeah.
Here it is right here. Really weird. I will say I did like how Billy asks Rocky to call what they're going to do. And he goes, why me? He goes, because you're the Ranger. And he goes, all right, Rangers, Blade Blasters. Ready.
Like, what? That's that. Like, we have to have one guy call it out for us to be able to use these things. That was like, I was like, okay, like that was what you like. No power sword. And,
I hate Rocky.
They call it the where they put all the weapons together.
You hate Rocky? Why?
No. It's not that I hate Rocky at all. I hated the way that was written, basically to say like they do not have the option of using their power blasters unless one of the leaders calls it for the team to pull them out.
Right.
Like to me, I was expecting them to do, what is that? The weapon when they put all their weapons together, the mega
power blaster.
Oh yeah, the power blaster. That's what I thought he was going to call it too.
That like maybe that or something, but just to
that
pull
would have made sense to me.
Like, okay.
Yeah, it was like the weirdest miss because I was like, okay, they're definitely going to call the big guns, and then they just called their regular weapons. Like, what?
Yeah,
so,
I don't know. We are diving into it pretty deep, though. Overall, this book
that's true.
A lot better than the previous issue. Still not a big fan of the art whatsoever. I do think it's interesting that the crystal that they're getting all this power from is the green chaos crystal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty interesting, considering at the same time they're powering up the Psycho Dagger to be used with the green power coin. So it is pretty interesting how this is all happening together.
You know what? I think that's what it is like there's a lot of interesting like plot threads being developed here, but they're all more interesting than the fillers that they're putting to like fluff that out, I think that's why it feels like so empty, because we're really interested in all the theories that could come out of this, but we could not care less about what actually happened in the book.
Right. Outside of those 4 pages of Billy and Grace, which
that's it.
We have yet to find out. He didn't say it in this book. I guess we're just not going to find out how Grace made the Psycho Dagger just vanish. And I think it's like 48 or 49 or like one of the last
and then they specifically mention in like 51 or 52 that she made it disappear. It didn't get destroyed, but they haven't explained how she made all that play.
Right.
So, yeah, it's weird.
Yes. Sometimes, like how we're sitting here, like kind of really, and we usually do even in our chat where we kind of dive into like what we think this could be and that could be. And it seems like every time Ryan Parrott reveals something, it's like, that's it. Like, really? Like
we expected more.
Why are you it's like sometimes like it's like, dude, we're 53 issues into this, and he's just like, sometimes it feels like he writes so lazy. Or maybe he's just not
He did get his start as J.J. Abrams' assistant, so
yeah, I heard that in Lost in Comics interview.
Yeah.
And
so maybe that's why he doesn't know how to write an ending.
Yeah. And then how much of a fan is he really of this franchise too? Like, I question that.
I believe he's a fan. He talks enough about how much of just even beyond what, the regular seasons he watches. Like, he's watched like all of it as much as he talks about it. So I believe that part, but I think part of it is his hands are tied, and part of it is I don't know, trying to like maintain the fan base in a certain way, but also trying to like branch out in other ways.
Yeah.
apparently there was a VR Trooper Easter egg in there. I did not know that.
I did not know that either. Now I'm looking
Three
for
Jokers
it.
was what? Mighty Morphin's Black Magic.
All I know is Kyle Higgins needs to come back and save us.
Yeah.
Save this franchise, Kyle Higgins. You started it. Come back and save it.
Or at least put it to bed.
I need to tell you something, but I don't want to say it on air, so I'll say it. I'll say it after.
So y'all want to talk about Mega Man?
No, we're gonna talk Mega Man in a second.
Okay.
There was something else I was gonna say about 53.
Okay.
I do feel like a lot of times. I think I said this last time. I feel like sometimes, and like Ryan Parrott will write something. Like he's said this so many times. He's written so many things that have gotten denied, and they told him to rewrite it. I feel like the higher ups at Boom may be having their own agenda for how things should go, and he's having to cater that way a little bit. Kind of like an offensive coordinator is like, okay, I want to call these plays, but the head coach says, no, you may want to do the air raid offense, but we are a power run team, so you're going to run some power run offense on my team. I do feel like that's how it is sometimes with the Power Rangers books. I feel like there's like a couple of people that are possibly pulling all the strings, and he's having to change things.
Yeah, I mean, my only question there, though, I do think there's a lot of issues with like because you hear, I think like on SDCC and stuff, they even talked about having to do what the owner of the brand wants. So they're having to filter through Hasbro too, who's simply saying, they're not saying this is like bad, just like it doesn't match the brand standard, so we can't do that.
Did you guys?
I think that's a really hard line to have to walk too.
Did you guys know that that Hasbro and Boom have to like every single cover? Like every single cover.
With who?
Yeah, that's
it cannot look too much like a certain person or a certain thing, because those people want to be paid for their likeness.
Oh yeah.
So they have to. If you submit it, sometimes they'll say, "Okay, no, you have to redo it."
Yeah.
But
I know what you're talking about now.
So that's why you'll see not very many. What's the right
like
word?
helmetless.
Helmetless covers. There you go. That is exactly what I'm talking about. So,
Yeah, they got
I
obscure.
did not know that. I did not know that until recently. So
yeah, well, I know Hasbro has a lot of approval, a pretty long and annoying approval process on all their brands that they license like that. So
yeah, well, yeah, Hasbro has just as big of a say, if not more, than Boom does. Honestly.
Yeah.
I would say they probably have the most, because if they say no, it doesn't matter how the Boom upper people feel about it. That's probably the first chopping block, is getting past them.
What is that? Is that from your the Ranger the head opens?
This is the power sword from my son's flip head Jason action figure from 1994 that I bought him last weekend.
I had the exact same one.
Had the little hole in the hand. Yeah, we recorded a video, and that'll be going on the channel soon. I found him one on card, unopened, and let him open it up on the video and everything. He's been loving that thing. Yep.
Mine's the same, except for my daughter broke the inside of his leg.
Oh,
It was
on camera, right?
It was in the package, sent to me as an AOK from Everett Auto from 3 Men in a Basement, and my daughter broke part of it.
She's got to sleep in the yard.
Okay. All right. So we talked Batman 3 Jokers. We talked obviously our haul, and then we talked Mighty Morphin Power Rangers 53. Now let's talk Mega Man, which, to be completely honest, I don't know anything about until I read this book. And I still don't feel like I really know anything about it. Can someone that knows about Mega Man explain to me what Mega Man is? Because I thought, like looking at the cover and reading the first 90%, it was a robot person. And then it comes to find out at the end, he's not actually a robot. He's a person inside of a suit. Can someone expand on that?
Yeah, and see, this series is actually based off of the newer cartoon series that came out most recently. So as far as that goes, I know diddly about it. I remember more about playing the video game as a kid in the 90s than I do actually watching too much of the cartoon. I do remember watching it, but I haven't seen anything. I mean,
I pulled up some YouTube videos of this series because after I read it the first time, I was like, I'm pretty sure I'm missing something here. Anyway, so I looked it up on YouTube and watched a clip. It's like a super kiddie bubblegum pop show. I was like, okay, now I get the comic. Yeah, I just don't like this.
Yeah, I definitely like the art style inside the comic though. The art was so good. I liked it. But then again, I really like anime too, so that's the reason why I really like this art form.
Well, I don't know, because like to me, the Mega Man reveal when he's got like tiny little legs and stuff, I was out right there. I was like, I do not like this character design. It looks awful. Like, I can see the appeal of it because they're the big like full splash page and stuff. The detail's great. I love how the reflections are done on the metal and stuff. Like the artwork is great, but I just don't like the character design style. Especially that Mega Man character reveal. I was just like, oh my god, this is how they're going to present him.
You're talking about the end as like a little kid?
No.
Right
here.
Yeah, like that first page where you see him as like Mega Man. That page, that's where I was out. I turned that page, I was like, never mind.
Right.
It reminded me so much of Power Rangers where everybody has like toothpick arms and legs and stuff. In the whole comic, I was just like, man, this feels like a kid's book. Like, I don't understand why they talk like this. They over-explain everything. And then, like, I looked up the clip of the show, and I was like, oh, yeah, this is like that Garfield cartoon my 5-year-old watches.
Yeah, to be honest with you, I don't know if I'm going to pick up I'm going to pick up the next issue. But after that, I don't know if I'm going to pick up any more.
Yeah.
I mean, I grabbed the first one just because I was like, well, it's a nostalgic franchise. Boom Studios is doing it. Definitely going to give it a shot.
Right.
I haven't had a chance to read it yet, but just flipping through the book a little bit, and from what I've heard other people say, I don't think I'll even pick up the next issue. But you know, I mean, still, I mean, it was a fun book to grab. If nothing else, man.
The covers for this #1 issue are they're fire. I like the covers. It's just the book inside is too kiddified.
Yeah.
If it had done a better job of pulling off like the DreamWorks or Pixar thing where it's like speaking to adults and kids like all at once, that could have worked. But it was just all written for like a 7-year-old or something.
It did seem like it was written for 3rd and 4th graders for sure.
Yeah.
Who probably play and know this stuff.
Which is what a lot of people, I think when they hear, you know, this title, what they expect. And that, you know, I always try to like explain, like, you know, and that was why I picked up this, because Boom Studios does a great job with some of these titles like the Power Rangers, with knowing our target audience is probably people in their mid to late 20s, early 30s that watched it as a kid. These are the people that we have to target this story to and make them interested and invested in it. So we're going to have to write it for these people, not for their children who are not going to read it anyway. So I was kind of hoping for that with this, but it sounds like they missed the mark.
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah, I will say it. Like whenever I hear people say, I just can't do Power Rangers, it's just so campy and so cheesy. And I'm like, the comic is not like that.
Yeah. People get stabbed. People get murdered. There's adult language sometimes. I mean,
it's definitely like a hard PG-13.
There is nostalgic moments.
Oh, yeah.
Obviously. We get morphine sequences and all that. But still, overall, it is more of a regular comic book that you'd see from any other publisher about any other team or character. And like I was trying to tell that to Comics of Bueller the other day on his live stream, and I'm like, dude, you just got to give it a try. He's a Ranger Slayer, particularly the Ranger Slayer, the free comic book one shot and then Draken. Dude, I'm so jealous of that. How dare
Yeah.
you do that? Particularly the Ranger Slayer character in that universe is completely for adults. And I'm actually sending the free comic, the one shot of Ranger Slayer, and Draken New Dawn #1 to a coworker or a former coworker of mine because I reposted my video from today on Facebook where I announced that cover for Draken New Dawn #2 because that actually looks like a really cool cover. I feel like I should try it. I'm like, you know what? If you want to try it, I will send you these 3 books for free as long as you will read them. He goes, oh, I'll definitely read them. Because I told him, I was like, it's Power Rangers for adults. And they do a great job of that. I didn't feel like they did a great job of that with this book. Because like you guys said, it definitely felt like it was more geared toward 8-year-olds, 8, 9, 10-year-olds. So
Yeah.
Covers were cool though.
Yeah. Well, like Alex is saying down here, they're working on a movie as well for Mega Man, and that's kind of what I went into this book assuming was that it was going to be like a more aged up Mega Man, like we've gotten with Power Rangers and a couple of other franchises we grew up with as kids on, So that's kind of what I went into this book expecting, and it wasn't that. For me, like this is like a 4 or 5. I would probably never read this again. I could see though, because whenever I looked on YouTube for clips of this show, it looks like the show was probably geared toward like 7 or 8-year-olds.
Okay.
And this book feels more like 10 to 12-year-olds, So I could see kids that were into that show, maybe like this is a sequel season for them or something. I could see them being into it, but as adults, other than the covers for the first issue, I doubt it's going to have much value.
Yeah, it didn't pull me in whatsoever. And I don't even know Mega Man, honestly. It didn't do enough for me to want to read.
Well, yeah, that whole thing where he's like a superhero, basically, that threw me all. I was like, whoa, no, Mega Man's like Mega Man, like that's his thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and what was the name of his dog? I cannot for the life of me remember.
Rush?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I could not remember.
It's Rush. Yeah. But his sister too, like he has a human sister named Suna something. Like I don't know what was going on in this book. They tried to like make him a human, but then his like superhero alter ego is Mega Man, but he doesn't even go by Mega Man. He's like the Blue Bomber or something. I don't know.
Blue Bomber.
What is the name of that like Disney character that is a duck, but he gets in a suit as a robot with one wheel?
Gizmo Duck.
Gizmo Duck.
Gizmo Duck.
That is exactly who this reminds me of.
Never heard of that one.
Oh, this is the other thing. That little like mini bot or whatever. What was that? That was another moment where I was like, I'm out. I can't do this book. I don't know what's going on.
Listen, are you going to go on Andy's show?
I'm not.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I thought you had to leave. So
no, I was just Panda had his new toy out, so I was looking at mine.
Dude,
my Lightning Collection Rita in.
That's
weird. Awesome, dude.
It's the first Lightning Collection action figure from this series with mixed media. So you have the cloth dress here, and I like that they put the little witch boots, and then it's just the regular mold for the female Rangers. So like it's just all black. But yeah, it's a pretty neat figure. The arms don't move real good, but just to pose it and leave it is pretty cool though. They did a really good job, I think. Her face is a little crazy looking.
Oh, sorry.
Pretty cool.
That's awesome. I like it.
She looks like my aunt.
Walmart, right?
What's up?
You can get that at Walmart, right?
GameStop exclusive. Sorry, a gnat just flew right in my mouth. I've been fighting this thing. I swear, this thing has been in my room for like 6 months flying around. I've got those old school fly strips that you'd find in your grandma's house hanging in my room here, trying to get this joker. And he just keeps getting bigger and bigger. And he just flew in my mouth, flew right back out, and then hit me in the eye.
I will say, what's interesting is how awesome his room looks on camera. And then he showed us the rest of the room. It did not look like that at all.
Yeah. Yeah. Once I move, I'm going to do, a total strip and rebuild of whatever room I pick. But yeah, this is This is just the studio part that looks good. Everything else is like, whoa.
A disaster.
You need to get some. I have. Okay. He asked me, "Where's my toys?" Are we? Is that what we're doing now? We're showing off toys.
Do you really want to do that?
I don't really want to do that. I'm just jealous of your guys' toys.
Dustin, how's the mixed media on the Rita though? I was kind of conflicted with the mixed media because I really liked the way that they did the cape,
Yeah.
on Ranger
Well,
Play.
The back cover. This is still plastic. The only thing that's mixed media is just her dress.
Oh,
So
okay.
I don't know how they would have been able to do her dress without using cloth. So I didn't really have a problem with it because I'm usually not a mixed media person, but the dress really I thought was pretty good. I mean, honestly, I thought it would have been cool if they could have somehow made the hair actually feel like hair. That would have been cool. I'm not mad that they didn't though. But yeah, I mean, I don't have a problem with it at all. I think it's pretty cool. I think it worked good. I hate that you had to buy a second Lord Zed to get her. So now my son has a Lord Zed figure that he can play with only in daddy's room while I'm watching him. Cause I'm like, dude, that's still like a $35 figure. And all of your toys have missing arms and missing legs. So you can play with it in here while I watch you. But yeah, it's going right back up on daddy's shelf. So I've got 2 Lord Zeds sitting up
You
there.
gotta watch the arms and legs come off.
It's like all my daughter's toys. All of them are either missing legs and completely just naked. All the dolls are always naked.
Yeah, why do little girls just like take the clothes off of dolls?
They're interested. Show that again. Dude, that is
I got my setup right now.
the best part is that cloth on that table.
Oh yeah. It reminds me of my mother.
I love it. That's freaking. I did grab some toys because someone was asking. Okay, so I have the Green Ranger here and the White Ranger here. Those are the Bandai Legacy figures. What is that they are? For the Green Ranger, White Ranger, and I have a Morpher here. And then I had that Walmart 2-pack TMNT there. But I do have, this was given to me by 2BrothersComics, White Ranger from the movie. What's interesting about this character is these little things, they just come off.
Oh, really?
Which is not the best.
Is that like the shoulder pads?
Yeah, they're like shoulder pads. Which is interesting. But it's cool. This like hooks onto him. So that's cool. And then I have the Red Ranger Bandai figure.
Nice.
I do have the blaster.
Nice.
Steve's been playing with them too much.
We already showed off the head thing. I mean,
Do you have the green? And you have the Green Ranger Bandai too, don't you?
yeah, I have the Green Ranger and White Ranger.
Yeah, I've got the green, and then I got 2 White Rangers, one signed, one not. And then my kid has one with no hands. That's the only thing I hated about those Bandais is the hands come off so easy, and they're so easily lost.
And then I got this Wolverine guy.
Nice.
And then the last one is Panda's favorite.
There you go.
Nike, but with no nunchucks.
That's okay.
Oh, here we go.
Did you make that, Dustin?
I did.
Nice.
It's awesome, dude.
Dang. Stop
3D
motion
and
stuff
everything,
is
man.
Real.
Dude, I can't wait for these TikToks.
I know.
I know I've been slacking so bad lately on them, but that was what I got this for. But I think I have to build one that's wider and taller because my camera angle, it like catches the outsides of it. So I'm trying to figure something else out. But I was trying to build like this like dungeon looking thing here.
Yeah.
So it was like a dungeon setting kind of deal. But yeah, it took a couple days, but it was pretty cool. It's just styrofoam and paint.
And you did that with your Casey Jones stuff, right?
Yep. So yeah, I've got a few stop motion videos I've been working on, and there's some on our TikTok. So and I'm trying to work on doing like actual storylines, and I've got 2 I'm working on right now. One where I'm trying to catch him.
This dude is taking a beating from like a centimeter fly.
So I've got one where Tommy, when I got my Pink Ranger, I came in and sat her on the desk, and then I shot where I had Tommy climb down off the display and climb up on the desk and open the box and pulled her out, and they spun around and were happy. And then you see Draken and Ranger Slayer pop up in front of the camera like they're watching them, and that was the end of it. So I'm going to try to do some kind of storyline there. And then the other one is I thought it was the Vegeta figure that Nick put in my bag, or that I took from Nick, but it was Goku.
Yeah.
So it's going to be Goku destroys Dustin's power, or Dustin's action figure universe or whatever. So it's going to be like a thing where, you know, Goku is going to just run through all of my other figures. And then I've got one guy that is going to come in and break him down. So
we're going to learn it's not Draken.
Oh, no. Not Draken. It's not even Tommy.
Is it Galactus? Are you finally going to rectify his situation?
Oh my gosh, man. Let me get a Galactus in here.
Didn't Marvel just announce like a 24-inch one or something?
Probably. I think so, yeah.
Sorry,
you need to get him and fix his public image.
So tomorrow, I don't know if you guys know this. I'm assuming you do. Tomorrow is National Power Rangers Day. So I got something planned for my channel. I don't know if you guys do or not, but I got something pretty cool planned for tomorrow on this channel. What's up, Perry? How's it going,
I
man?
did not know it was tomorrow, but I did see the Power Rangers
Selwyn
posted.
What up, Selwyn?
Need some chopsticks. I want to get some Megazord power and some Dragonzord power for sure, because I don't have any of those at all. My comic shop that died, that closed down last year, used to have the Ninja Zord with the Falcon, and they used to also have the Dragonzord, but it was like $80 to get the Dragonzord. The only thing I don't like about the Dragonzord is that it doesn't, like, unless you have the Megazord that goes with it, it doesn't really change into anything else. It just stands there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's really cool, but it just
It's an accessory.
And tomorrow is the last day to pre-order Super Shredder and the Casey Jones and Raphael NECA 2-packs on the NECA store. So if you haven't got those, you don't have to wait and try to hope you can find them in the store anymore. You don't have to pay the eBay prices. You can pre-order them until tomorrow. And
how much are they?
I think Super Shredder is $30 plus shipping, and the Casey Jones 2-pack is $50.
And Casey Jones, there's just two of him there? Is that what it is?
The Casey Jones and Raphael 2-pack, the one that you have and I have. And
Okay,
Panda
so that's
has.
what it is.
Yeah, so you can pre-order those now. They made them available for pre-order. They're going to do a restock on them, I guess. And then at some point, and it's being rumored that tomorrow they're going to drop the pre-order for the Draken Evo 3 figure. It's been rumored they're either going to drop the pre-order tomorrow or announce when the pre-order will be. So I'm definitely going to be listening out for that. That thing looks awesome.
Dude, if you
and
do,
you get extra helmets. And I'm wondering if those helmets, because they're not stationary, I'm wondering if those helmets are usable on the figures, because if they are, I'll buy the Green Ranger figure, toss that crappy helmet that they put on them, and take the one that comes with this new Draken figure that is the right helmet and smash it on there. And that'd be cool. So, I mean, I still want that Green Ranger that's out right now because I don't have one, but I couldn't get over how they did that figure wrong.
Yeah, they did it all wrong. I got it. But that Evo 3 looks sick.
Oh my gosh, absolutely. And I got something in the works. I'll tell you guys outside of the live stream, but I've got something coming. Somebody approached me with an opportunity, and I got a couple things coming that is going to be awesome, especially for this figure.
dude, that's pretty sweet. It's pretty
Nice.
sweet. I want to.
Yeah, I mean, it's got like a slipcover box, I think, too. I wonder if that comic comes with it. That's what I was wondering.
I don't know, dude.
I've never seen that cover.
Sick, man.
Have you ever seen that cover?
Never.
Uh-uh.
I mean, it looks like a comic book.
Dude,
Is it a
that's
It
comic
looks
book
like
or
the
is it?
shattered grid.
holy
header.
cow! Do you see this? $50.
Yeah, I figured it'd be at least 50 because, I mean,
Wow.
everything that it comes with, it's got a lot of accessories, and it's only going to be available on Hasbro Pulse. Hasbro Pulse. That's the only place you're going to be able to get it. So if you're interested in it, make sure you're paying attention tomorrow. They're supposed to be doing something on Hasbro Pulse or Hasbro with the Power Ranger Day and all that going on. They're going to be announcing something supposedly. So we'll see.
Here's a cheaper. And this is the other thing you guys were talking about.
Yeah, so good. I think I'm going to just
wouldn't
bite the
mind.
bullet and try to find it in store because
Yeah,
I spent
might
too
as
much money.
well.
But
Yeah,
I mean, I got Token and
looks nice,
Rezar.
though.
They're coming in November, so I just need to get him.
Who's coming in November?
Token and Rezar.
Oh, nice.
So
I went ahead and got my Super Shredder. I said I'm not going to try and luck out.
Yeah, you were talking about that the other day in our group message.
Yeah.
There's some cool stuff happening, no doubt about it.
mhm.
No doubt about it. I don't know. I can't pay. I don't know if I can pay $50 for a Lightning figure, man. That's expensive, but super cool. I'd really like it if he'd be on his throne. You know what I mean?
Oh,
That
that'd
would
be
so
better.
much cooler. So much cooler.
I mean, $50 for him. I mean, people have paid $50 for Ranger Slayer. People were paying $50. I've seen people paying $75 for Draken. So I mean,
It's true.
you know, yeah, it's one figure, but you're getting all that stuff with it too. So, and it's, you know, the only way that you're going to get that figure is through the Hasbro Pulse. And like, to me, that's my favorite suit he wears anyway. So I was all in on that.
So okay, so it's no wonder that you like that Clayton Crane final.
Oh yeah, man.
The
The final form Draken suit is just, to me, like, that is like, because it's that dark, the black, it just really represents like that, the evilness that he is. I loved it. I'm a big villains guy all the way around. So
That is true, because you keep showing out that one villain comic that you just got.
I'm surprised that hasn't come up.
I'm surprised too, since the first 5 minutes.
I only got this one handy. Or was you talking about Iron Fist 14,
No.
which is the greatest villain ever in all of comic books? First appearance, Sabretooth.
Sabretooth Tiger. No, just Sabretooth. Dude, that's awesome, man. Like I said, I used to have one, but the cover was detached and it was like a 1.0. So to get a mid-grade copy of that, that's incredible, Dustin. I'm happy for you. I really want to know what you paid for that, because you said it was like an insane price. So after, you'll have to maybe tell us if you want to. That's up to you, of course.
I'll let you in on it.
Okay. Dude.
Sorry.
I love it. I freaking love it. I don't know. I can't. Do they have a Lightning Collection Green Ranger? Because I only have the Bandai Green Ranger.
Yeah, that's the one I was talking about earlier. He comes with the putty in a 2-pack, but he's got the version 2 helmet.
Oh,
So it's
with
got like
the
the silver
gold.
lines on the helmet, and then they put his holster for the dragon dagger on the wrong side, and it's white and not black. So that was like my big issues with it.
Yeah, and you can see on his helmet with all the silver lining and everything like that, it just doesn't look all that great.
Yeah.
So you guys like the one that I have better than, it sounds like.
Yeah, the Bandai one? Yeah.
I will say, from having Bandai, and I've said this many times, from having Bandai versus the Lightning Collection by Hasbro, the Bandai is 1,000 times better made, in my opinion, though the accessories that you get with the Lightning Collection far outweigh anything you ever got with Bandai. So it's like a give or take.
Yeah, I mean, you get the green chaos crystals with the Rita that pairs nicely with the I display this Ranger with Rita with the crystal sitting out front. So I mean, like I said, you know, you got the black holster there. It's on the correct side, but this is how I kind of display these guys here like this. But I don't know. I used to really like these figures more than the Lightning collection, but the more I've bought of the Lightning collection and messed around with them, they're definitely the better figures. However, these tend to be, the joints are a little stiffer for a little longer, so some of these get a little wobbly. But
Right.
I'm definitely all in on the Hasbro collection at this point, though.
Looks like the design from the Bat in the Sun Studios. So that's kind of like what Dustin was saying with the new design for the Green Ranger that's coming out in issue 55. They pretty much stole that.
Yeah,
but
exactly where it came from. The V2. It's the same one. They even put it in that the cell phone fighting game for Power Rangers. They have a Green Ranger version 2 in there. So he's got the funky looking boots and the silver lines on the helmet and all that stuff.
Later, Austin LeMay, I appreciate you hanging out, dude. We kind of got off track here and had a little pissing match with our action.
Which never happens.
We never have pissing matches with our collection.
Is it pouring outside? No.
Ryan, do you have any action figures, man? I know you got the Draken Funko.
Yeah, I got a couple of Funkos, and that's it, really. I don't have any of the Lightning collection or Bandai.
Stoked for the Legend of the White Dragon movie. Yeah, when is that coming out?
Oh,
because
yeah.
for like 6 months.
Well, I know they
didn't get funded, though, did it?
Things.
What'd you say? Everyone talked at the same time.
I said it didn't get funded, though, right?
No, it did.
It did.
The first time it didn't. They didn't make it the first time. They didn't get enough backing, but then something happened, and now they're like, okay, yeah, we're doing it.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
And I will say that the trailer that they made for it is pretty awesome. It's pretty awesome. The special effects are incredible, for sure. I do not have any of the Super Sentai Power Rangers stuff.
Never seen them.
I don't even know that they'd be any different looking.
I just want Super Sentai comic book number 2.
What's that?
I just want that comic book Super Sentai number 2.
There you go. I didn't even know that they made Super Sentai comics.
That's the very first appearance ever of the American Power Rangers.
Oh,
really?
Wow.
In comic books.
Yeah.
Okay. Makes sense.
Yeah. And I think it was actually in general, because I think it actually was supposedly like a preview story for the show as like an ad for the show. So it may be ever in general. I don't know.
I read that issue 1 from Hamilton Comics. It reminded me a lot of the TMNT Adventures comic, where it's just as cheesy and terrible as the show. Like literally, it's exactly like the show, just like they made a comic book out of it, and it's great for 5 to 8-year-olds or whatever. You know what I mean? But it's terrible for adults or anyone.
Oh yeah, it's all that's a nostalgia collectible item there for sure. I've got one. I've got a bunch of those from the 90s. So yeah, same here, man.
Shout out Mike V, because he's the one who gave that to me as an AOK. So shout out Mike V. I appreciate that, bro. I bet the popularity of the comics going up helped bring more light to the project the second time. Honestly, and they did that that Shattered Grid prequel, like 3-minute film by Kyle Higgins of JDF in it. And that, like, I think that definitely helped skyrocket that Shattered Grid event, which was great, outside of Tommy not really being in it. But it was great, no doubt about it. Cheesy as TMNT Pizza. Yep, that's exactly how those comics are, for sure. Hamilton Run is hilarious and fun. You almost need a thesaurus to follow. Dude, I felt the exact same way when I read it before. I'm like, what the hell is he saying? And I was like, oh, this is just Billy from the TV show, just saying all these smart words.
Random words.
I felt reading Silver Surfer Black.
That's how I felt reading Silver Surfer Black, which is Nick's favorite comic book like ever. He's always going to talk about how great it is. Surprised he didn't come in and spam our chat with Barry is the best Flash. Surprised he didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
He might
almost
be
missed it.
editing.
He might be editing. Okay.
Oh yeah, what did you think of the Flash?
Flash 760, really good.
Yeah.
What did you think?
I thought it was good. I'm still a little bit lost on who, what is it, Max Mercury and
Max Mercury does
Silver
correct.
Sable or something?
They're just other speedsters.
Yeah.
They're teasing all these other speedsters going up against the Legion of Zoom in the next issue. Wally is nowhere to be found. Every other speedster's there, no Wally. And that's pissing off a lot of people, honestly. But I think he's going to come in at the end, for sure.
I was gonna say it kind of feels like the Dragon Ball Z thing where like we get introduced to a villain and then Goku disappears to train somewhere else for for like the whole season. That's what it feels like. Like they're sending Barry like on this Joshua Tree adventure to discover himself so he can come back and win.
His own head, and then miraculously he comes out with also Jesse Quick and Max Mercury. Yeah. Anything that Joshua Williamson writes is amazing. I'm looking forward to Speed Metal coming out in a couple weeks too. So everyone's heading out here pretty soon, so we'll get to that point now. Before we get to what everyone is doing on their channel, I do want to remind everyone, because I always do this at the beginning and ending of our live chats on Thursday. Our Thursday night chat is sponsored by Comic Book _ Pressing. Protect your comics for as little as $10 by pressing them with Eric from Comic Book _ Pressing. He presses all of my books. He does a great job. You can send it to him, and then he can send it to CGC for you. Make sure you use my promo code BURK54 to get free shipping back to you. Again, our Thursday night chat is sponsored by Comic Book _ Pressing on Instagram. Okay. Love it. That's awesome. That's freaking awesome. Okay.
Wait, hold on. I think it should be like this, right? She is a witch.
Rita is Superman.
Have y'all ever watched like the first episode of Zuri Ranger? The Sentai they got turned into Mighty Morphin. In that show, she actually does like have like she flies around on her staff just like a witch, and her and Goldar like fly down by these buildings and stuff, and it looks that hinky. Like it looks like she's being held up there by like a toy on strings and stuff, like Star Wars style.
No, not anymore. He's not. That was in Flash Forward. He does have the power of the Mobius chair and Dr. Manhattan infused with him. That is why he is such a big deal in the Death Metal series. And I'm assuming that's why he's going to wait till the very end of what's happening. It's because he's the most powerful speedster. So he's going to come in and save the day at the end. I feel like. And that's why they haven't teased him in it at all. So love it.
Yeah, I assume he's going to show up somewhere by the end because he has to. This is kind of a reunion, you know?
He has to because he's the most powerful and fastest speedster. Okay, we've gone on too long for this. Ryan, what do you have going on your channel?
Honestly, at the moment, I'm not totally sure what I have coming up specifically, but I am working on things and things are being worked on. So soon enough, I shall have something. Just make sure you hit the notification bell and you'll be the first to find out.
How to morph. If you want to know how to morph, watch Ryan's channel, which he actually has 2 channels. I think I linked the correct one this time. So
yeah, probably.
I think I did. Because I used the same one you uploaded your last video from. Okay.
Yeah.
Pandawesome316, you just uploaded a video today shouting out 616 Comics and Simple Man's.
So if you want to see the comic that I got from Simple Man's and from 616, go ahead and head over to my channel and go check that video. It just dropped earlier today. Actually, about 15 minutes before we went on. You know, I do a lot of unboxings on my channel, and I keep teasing that I'm going to be doing some TMNT stuff, and Dustin showed me some great ideas. So I can't wait to start implementing some of these ideas and some of these things into my channel here pretty soon, because I'm going to go pretty heavy into TMNT.
That's awesome. That's awesome. That's exciting to see. And that unboxing was great. No doubt about it. Oh my gosh. Justin,
Need he say more?
does he need to say anything other than ha 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 ha?
So I dropped my top 5 favorite covers in my collection live stream a little earlier today. It's just like a 5 or 6 minute video, so you can go check that out. Justin Birch dropped a new video today on a huge toy haul featuring a hot toy as well. And he's got a couple of these super rare, incredible Hulk items that he was not going to unbox. He said last night, if the video that dropped today hits 55 thumbs ups by next Thursday, he's going to open one of those Hulks on our next Saturday Night Live, next Saturday, not this Saturday. If it gets 200, he'll open both of them, he said. So make sure you guys go check that out and give old Justin a thumbs up. He's doing a great job for us. We have our newest video dropping tomorrow where me and Nick talk about scalpers. So make sure you go check that out. Definitely gets into being a heated conversation. This Friday or this Saturday night, we are doing the Saturday Night Comic Book Babylon. The top 10 is going to be comic book cover artist. So that's what we're going to be ranking this Saturday night. And man, I've already got mine done, got them ranked, got examples of why, and I got a couple of honorable mentions. So I'm excited about that. And yeah, so that's what we got. That's what we got coming out this week so far. The rest of the week, we've got content dropping almost daily, so you guys can always check it out.
Dude hasn't put down that Batman 171 the whole time. He held it the whole time.
Oh, I didn't even realize it. Huh. Oh, just keep up. Come on.
Oh, I love it.
Show.
I freaking love it. I freaking love it. This was an amazing show. When my kid wants her TV back, I was chilling watching you guys in a room. Catch you vatos on later. Okay. Later, Alex. Appreciate you stopping in, man. I got more energy tonight the last 2 days. Headache free. Thank goodness. After having one like every day for like 9 days, I feel way better and more energy. No doubt about it. For me, I did drop my exclusive cover announcement today for Draken New Dawn #2, which is a sick virgin cover by Hal Laren by the 616 Comics and Simple Man's Comics. Make sure you check it out. It's a print run of 500, $24.99. You can get a discount on it. There's bundles available as well. And I also announced I snuck in there some G.I. Joe covers. So if you like G.I. Joe, make sure you check out that video. And obviously, if you like Power Rangers, if you like my channel, you have to like Power Rangers too. So make sure you check out my video from earlier today where I announced the Draken New Dawn #2 exclusive variants. It's pretty cool. I don't know what you guys thought of the cover, but I thought it was. I'm most excited about that cover over any of them.
Hal is definitely and Hal is definitely doing a great job too, man. We got to talk to him during the mainframe. He's such a funny guy. And we really like Hal, so definitely glad to see his stuff getting dropped too.
Well, and I want to show something really quick, and then we can gather here. What's up, Justin Birch? How's it going, man? I do want to show off really quickly. This is going to be for Panda because I saw this earlier today. This is from like last year, but I was just peeping on this dude's Instagram, and I saw this. And I was like, holy cow, this is amazing. Panda would love this. So I feel like I need to show it to him. I may have sent it to him, but maybe not. Okay, here we go. Hal Laren, he did the cover announced for Draken #2 today and the G.I. Joe 275 covers. Look at that.
Yep.
Oh,
yep.
Sick.
Oh, yeah.
That's incredible.
So yeah,
That's
and
really
he kind of talked about that when we were talking to him, and this is where he's going to be going with his turtle stuff. So if you like that, definitely be watching out for this guy's turtle stuff because this is the direction he's going.
That's incredible.
Okay.
Incredible. Here's his most recent one. I'm going to show it off real quick and then we can get out of here. That he did for Simple Man's and the 616. This is a Raphael #1 homage. You get Alapex and Raphael there. There is a trade dress virgin in a red spec as well. his artwork is insane. It's awesome. And Dustin said he's talked to him. He seems like a good guy too. So definitely want to support them for sure. I had a great time. We made it exactly 2 hours right now. Thank you everyone for hanging out. We talked comics. We reviewed them. We had a pissing match with our action figure.
It's so fun to make her fly.
Oh my god. Oh my! This is what you can expect on our Thursday night chats. It's just a whole bunch of just nonsense and fun.
We hate on Power Rangers a lot and play with toys and.
I don't hate on Power Rangers as much as someone else. All right, guys. Thanks everyone for watching. We had a great time. Thank you everyone in chat. As always, thank you Ryan, Panda, and Dustin for hanging out on our Thursday night chat. I had a great time. And as always, go Cats, Cowabunga, and it's morphin' time.